what you're doing, I can see right through it. Oh, you can't fool me.
Show. I'm Susan McCord, and I have a special guest today named Emma Jopa.
Yes.
Correct?
Hello. Yes.
And she is a Vancouver girl, and she's got lots to say in the dating department. So we're going to do a little question that we got sent to us, and I'll just read it here. Are the women as much to blame with the lack of dating in Vancouver? What advice would you give to them? So we were having a little chat about this before we got going, and Emma brought up something very, very interesting about how she classifies herself as one of the Sex and the City girls. And who would that be?
Miranda.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just discovered that I'm Miranda. For the longest time I thought that I was Carrie Bradshaw, but I was watching the Sex and the City reruns the other day.
Yeah.
And Miranda was having a conversation with Carrie and basically telling her how pathetic she was because she keeps going back to Big, and she was saying to Carrie, you know what, I don't want to hear about you complain anymore. You keep going back to him. You're allowing him to treat you this way. And I thought, you know what? I've had that very same conversation with my girlfriends. I think that a lot of...
It's true.
Yeah, I think a lot of the problems, you know, that the women here have or are complaining about is because you allow people to treat you in a certain way.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. If you're going to sit there and allow somebody to, if you're only going to give them so much of who you are, and then you say to yourself, you know what, that's all I'm really worth.
Yeah.
The guy picks up on that, runs with it, and Carrie allowed Big on Sex and the City to come and go in her life all the time. She forgave him for so many things.
Right. I think one really good thing to do is to make a list of what you don't want and then turn it into what you do want, and those can be your
and then throw out the don't
and
want
then
list.
throw out the don't want and don't focus on that.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fact that we're talking about Sex and the City, I want to go back to that for a sec, because the one thing that was really interesting is when they had the movie where they all came back together, she ended up marrying Big.
Yes.
So what message is that sending out to women who put up with the crap that she put up with Big?
Yeah, but they almost didn't get married. Let's wait for Sex and the City 3. They got married.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that they're going to have a wonderful relationship for the rest of their lives. So the fact, Susan, that, you know, she's had all of these problems with Big, and he basically took off on her, right?
Yeah.
They were supposed to get married, and you know,
they're called red flags.
Those are called red flags. So yeah, they got married.
Waving in the wind.
They got married, yeah, but that's not to say that there aren't going to be some major problems down the road. So yeah, if you want the booty call, that, you know what, that's fine. I mean, I think that's, you know, all the power to you if that's what you want. But for those ladies who are not looking for the booty call, I think it's really important to, you know, as we discussed, set the boundaries and you know, have that confidence, smile. I think that a lot of ladies here aren't so approachable, and I think that that smile is that universal language that it's okay to approach me.
And I think we've got something in our heads. Men are this way in Vancouver, women are this way, and we've got to stop stereotyping each sex, because not everybody's like that. If you're going to the same places all the time and meeting the same type of people, you might want to change the venue that you're going to.
Yeah.
I know in Vancouver, Yaletown is a really popular place to go when you're single, and there's so many bars bang, bang, bang right beside each other. But I think another thing is, don't be leaving so quickly because you look around the room and go, nothing in here, I'm leaving.
And Susan, I'm guilty of that.
Are you?
I have to admit.
Yeah.
I'm a Yaletown.
You're a little hopper?
I'm a little hopper. I've been a hopper. I stick to Yaletown. And I'll be the first one to admit, I'll scan the room and I'll say, you know what? Not today. Not tonight.
Oh, like you're going in, you're looking around, you're judging the room for that first 5 minutes that you're there. Well, how do you know that the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams isn't going to come walking in 5 minutes later because you've been too judgmental and you have to leave?
But it's also, you know, as you just touched upon, I think that you have to go somewhere new. You know, I mean, I'm guilty
and stay there for an hour, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you know what? I think you and I just might have put the nail on the head here.
So you know what's funny is that I had a girlfriend who, guy was smiling at her and he left, but she followed him and she's now dating him.
Ah, there you go, girls.
She was very aggressive.
Then you're a stalker.
Then you're
You're a bunny boiler. stalker bunny
And,
boiler.
you know-
She followed me all night. I couldn't get rid of her. And I think we all have to learn that when we go out for an evening, to lose our judgment and to quit being so quick to decide that either a place is boring, a guy isn't what we want to see or get to know, and just relax. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm Susan, this is Amma, and we have another video coming up for you next week, so please check us out. Thanks for listening everyone, take care.
Stop what you're doing, I can see right through